Interacting with the travel point is your first step to starting a bounty, which you can think of as a PVE mission. There are several zones to explore, along with progressively higher level targets to hunt. Let's dive in and head to Felwood. Here we have the available bounties with some information to help you decide on the right job. The target of a bounty will be the final boss of that run, so noting their role can be beneficial in bringing your A-team of counters. I think we'll take on Raven the Hunter's bounty for some good old Furbolg fighting. Remembering that our target is a protector, I'm thinking this arcane awesomeness team here will fare quite well, since it has all of our highest level caster mercs. So in we go to Felwood to find Raven. Every bounty map is procedurally generated, meaning you'll get unique map layouts along with randomized encounter enemies and points of interest to navigate. Clicking on the nodes gives you some details, but you'll also need to use your intuition and decide which routes to take along the way. Let's unpack some of the obstacles and rewards for clearing them that you'll find on your adventures. Minor encounters are made up of enemies that should be manageable given your team is on par with that bounty's power level. Keep your guard up though, as losing members on your team will restrict your options in the long run. Here, you'll find not all enemies have an alignment, and they can also have keyword effects like Death Rattle. Always take a moment to scope out their moves and strategize a game plan. Now, the exciting part. Encounter victories reward experience to all members of your party. On top of that, one mercenary in your party will be rewarded with a discovered treasure that can bolster stats and abilities or add an entirely new spell or attribute. Treasure bonuses last throughout that bounty run, but are not permanent upgrades to the mercenary. Side note, as long as one mercenary is still standing at the end of a battle, all damage on that mercenary will be fully recovered before the next encounter. Elite encounters work the same way, but the risks and rewards are far greater. These enemies will offer a major challenge, and it's unlikely that your party will come out unscathed. Then again, think of the super treasure. Substantially bigger bonuses come from besting these elites and can give you a crucial advantage for the final battle. You'll also come across spirit healers that simply revive any fallen members of your party. After limping away from an elite encounter, this can be a beautiful discovery that saves your bounty run. Beyond encounters and spirit healers, keep an eye out for the many other curveball points of interest that fill the roads to bounty bosses. Take the mysterious stranger, where choosing to engage can reveal a helpful ally, confounding adversary, or a neutral surprise. Or you can find and activate boons that empower all characters of a specific role for the rest of the bounty, including enemies. Alas, after battling your way through the twists and turns, you've made it to the end of the line. The final and greatest challenge will be your bounty target, occupying a special boss room along with their hoarded treasures. Now it's time to bring out the best of your team and maximize the value of every treasure, boon, and bonus to finish the job. Successfully completing the bounty will immediately open the treasure chest for those sweet, sweet rewards. However, if your team was wiped out at any point in the run, you'll only retain the experience gains of the run. Any particular bounty can be attempted and completed an unlimited number of times, with each instance offering a new random map with the same final boss. Since you can also glean the potential rewards by inspecting the treasure chest of a bounty's map, there's many cases where replaying and beating the same bounty for that certain special mercenary loot makes sense. Let's come back to the travel point menu, where you'll also see additional difficulties. A quick note that completing all of the bounties in each zone on normal will get your team well into the 20 to 25 level range. So what comes next? Once you upgrade the travel point in your village from a horse to a flight point, sorry horse, heroic difficulty will be unlocked. Bounty difficulties can be toggled at any time in the village. Heroic versions of a bounty will obviously scale up the power level of enemies and bosses, but there's also an increase in map size and layout that ramps up the challenge and stakes of each run. Now, if you're also wondering, hey Asiba, could you please explain that giant portal behind you? Well, that's actually the Tier 3 upgrade of the travel point. At launch, only normal and heroic bounties will be available. However, in an upcoming content update, we'll be opening up legendary difficulty, accessed by fully upgrading the travel point of your village to the portal here. This is just one big piece of the content that we have planned to follow the release of Mercenaries, as we'll also regularly be adding themed updates with new bounties, mercenaries, and the additions to the village. With that, you're well equipped to start tackling the wide world of bounties that awaits outside the village. So now let's shift gears and talk about PvP in Mercenaries. In the essence of